All right, so in this video, let's break down how to actually complete the inversion for a successful berimbolo, okay? So some big misconceptions regarding the berimbolo is that you need to be flexible, that you need to roll on your neck, and you need to spin on your back. And these things are absolutely not true, all right? So first, I'm gonna demonstrate without a partner what you should be looking to do and highlighting some things that you absolutely have to do in order to have a successful berimbolo. So first thing is, when I look to invert, I'm not looking to perform a Granby roll. So a lot of times you'll have instructors teach the berimbolo like a Granby where you're falling laterally to your shoulder and inverting to the other side. Where this is a good mobility drill to get used to spinning and maybe escaping the turtle and things like that, this is not the berimbolo position. The berimbolo, rather, you want to be pulling yourself forward. You don't want to be falling to your shoulder. Much like a butterfly sweep, you're never falling away from your opponent. You're always going to be falling towards your opponent to create leverage. And it's the same thing with the berimbolo. So imagine you have the ankle and you have the belt. We're going to be looking to pull ourselves forward, so dropping your shoulder towards your knee, bringing your head closer to the mat so that you can now create leverage with your foot and your shoulder here. Okay? Once I'm in this balled up position, we call it balling forward, you're going to want to tuck your shoulders. Why are we tucking our shoulders? Well, because we're not spinning on our neck. We're not inverting on our actual necks. We're actually just changing the position from where we're on the near shoulder to changing our position to the far shoulder. So when I pull myself in, I'm literally just bridging on my shoulder, okay? I'm not on my neck. So this allows me to see what's going on. I can see my opponent. If I have to change directions, I can pivot on my forehead without spraining my neck. And it allows for a lot more mobility, okay? I'm not straining myself. I'm comfortable. I can breathe. So I'm on my toes. Usually here I'm stepping on the far leg, or I could have a deep belly Eva hook and I'm pressing on their leg, okay? Holding onto the belt here, ball forward. Top leg now could be hooking the hip, could be stepping on the chest. So we have to be able to allow this leg to be free. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck my shoulders and switch to my other shoulder, okay? Do not pause on your neck. We go from the first shoulder to the second shoulder rather quickly. And now we repeat the same structure on the other side. Notice that I'm not allowing my hips to fall. Notice that not for even a brief moment was I stuck on my neck. I'm balled up, my knee is close to my shoulder, my other leg structured to either push my opponent away or to hook the hip, okay? And again, I can switch sides so that I end up in the same position here, all right? This way, you're never in an uncomfortable position. You're always ready to rotate and spin through. So now with my partner, let's say we're in a double pull situation, I have my grips, okay? So remember, we're not falling to our side. Look how far away the hips are from me. It's going to be almost impossible to clear the space and time to get the back. They're going to be able to rotate their knee. They're going to be able to stiff arm me, get their chest closer to the ground. It's going to be too hard.
Also notice that his hips are on the floor when he does this. So as he falls to the side, his whole torso is just flat like a pancake. There's no way for him to invert or generate momentum now. Whereas when he crunches, his hips are in the air and he can just roll.
Yeah, as we like to say, form dictates function. So if your form isn't good, you're not going to have the function to perform the move. So we're here, okay? I'm going to ball forward onto my shoulder. In this case, since we're in the double pull situation, I know where I want to put my head. I want my head close to the butt. So I'm pulling, right? Remember, this foot over here, it could be stepping, or it could even be a deep Eva hook, depending on which variation we used, okay? So I'm here, boom, balling forward, not on my neck, not on my neck, okay? If I want to create some space for me to switch my shoulders, I can even lift my knees away from me to create a small gap here, okay? Another problem I see people make is they try to like switch shoulders and they feel congested, okay? If you feel congested, just feel free to now extend your knees up to create some space for you to now go to the other shoulder. And from here, notice my hips are still up. I can now perform my berimbolo variation that I like to use. Maybe I use the hip clamp here right? We can get closer to the hip. Maybe I start figure four on my legs, performing the stack. But what's most important is that we did the inversion safe and effectively. So I'm in my double pull situation. My technique is good. Now we're looking to invert, okay? So first thing, do not fall laterally. Pull yourself forward, okay? I'm trying to bring my chest closer to my knees. I'm trying to bring my shoulder close to the ground, my forehead close to the butt. So we're gonna be in this falling forward position here, okay? Notice I'm shrugging my shoulders. I'm protecting my neck. I'm not elongating my neck on it, okay? I'm on my shoulder, okay? And when we want to perform the switch, look, if I feel congested, I just lift my knees to create a little gap of space, switch my shoulders real quick, hips are still up. We can adjust this bite and perform our berimbolo technique that we feel comfortable doing, whichever one we like, and take the back.